This woman is suing her landlord because she says she is owed her security deposit back, but the landlord says she had to pay for damages. Did anyone bring evidence? I'm Drew.
Drew who?
And this is the case of the day.
Well, I met the defendant in October of 2012. I moved into her townhouse in Brooklyn.
How did you learn that she was renting an apartment in the townhouse?
I used a real estate agent that I had used before.
Okay.
We were looking for a pet-friendly apartment in the same area that we were currently living in.
Okay, and how much was the rent?
It was $25.50.
Did you sign a lease?
I did.
Do you have a copy of that?
I do.
And how much was the security deposit?
The security deposit was also $25.50.
Okay, great.
Here's the lease.
Okay, and the defendant allowed for you to have pets in the unit?
Yes. So we moved in September, in October of 2012, and we quickly realized that Mark had some rules and obligations that we had to follow.
And that's the defendant's son?
Correct.
If I can say, she really felt entitled to everything.
What do you mean by that?
Because we simply asked her to recycle her garbage. It's ruled by the Department of Sanitation.
Right.
Everyone recycles. In the lease, it's laid out, you have to recycle. They yesed me, said they would do it, but they did not follow through.
Was that your only issue with them?
And the noise, of course. They made a lot of noise.
What was the issue with the noise?
The plaintiff would come in late at night, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, but whenever she came in, they played with the dog all during the night, throwing toys across the floor. My son, who lived underneath them, would ask them to, stop, and they would say, yeah, and maybe they would stop for a night or so and continue going back to the same thing.
Well, there are hardwood floors, and whenever you have hardwood floors and you have people living below, there's going to be noise because of the hardwood floors. Had you not considered that when you put in the hardwood floors?
We did consider that, and we also told them, and they agreed that they would put down a rug. They didn't do it right away, and when they did get a rug, they didn't get a rug that was large enough.
I disagree with that statement. We did provide a rug that was large enough for the entire apartment to appease her son. He was incredibly rude about the recycling. It's not that we didn't want to recycle. It's that he forced my boyfriend to come downstairs and separate the bottle that was in the garbage. I understand the recyclables.
Step over to the lectern. What was the issue with the defendant's son?
Yeah, I mean, just an example of it. One morning, running late, took the garbage down, and he pretty kind of furiously stopped me at the door. I hear a can in the garbage bag. We have to take care of this right now. Open up the garbage bag, started sorting through the garbage on the street, and fixed it.
If there was a can in the wrong garbage, if sanitation comes, we get fined.
You do get fined.
So,
I understand that.
for him to say like he feels he was being harassed, if the can was not in the wrong garbage, he would not have been approached.
I think it would really be helpful if the defendant's son was present, because it sounds like he is kind of the crux of a lot of the complaints on both ends. And so I'm not quite sure why he's not there and he sent his mom instead, other than that she's the landlord, but he should also be there. And hardwood floors, I know hardwood and laminate and other stuff like that is popular, but when you are dealing with multifamily housing stacked on top of each other, it creates so much more noise for the people below. And I don't know, call me crazy, I'd rather have carpet. Carpet works better, I think, as a flooring in a apartment where you have someone beneath you. The noise from hardwood floors is crazy, especially in older units. Well, in new ones too, because they don't really, everything's paper thin now when it's built new. But like, the noise is awful. It's why I will not, I will avoid even hotels. I want to be on the top floor because the noise, hotels don't use carpet anymore either. And so if you have someone above you and they want to have, a party, a banger at 2 a.m., then you're going to hear every single step and click and clack. And I don't like it. So, I think the judge was right to ask, why did you put in hardwood floors if you thought this might be an issue? And making the tenant buy a gigantic rug, which can be very expensive, isn't really a solution. Like, next time, just do carpet. You can get nice carpet. Like, do nice carpet. Why does everybody hate carpet?
Both of you work?
Yes.
You were working, okay, and were you there in the brownstone the entire time? Are you retired?
I'm retired.
What did you do for a living when you were working?
I worked for the Department of Correction.
Okay, what did you do there?
I was a supervisor.
You were a supervisor?
Yes, I was.
So you only lived in this brownstone for 1 year, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and what day did you sign the lease on?
October 15th, 2012.
And what day did you move out?
We moved out October 1st, 2013. We found a new apartment in September because we received a certified letter from the defendant that our rent was going to be raised about 40%, from $25.50 a month to $35.50 a month.
I mean, $1,000, that is a
Well,
lot.
the message there was, you have to go.
Okay.
That was actually the message.
Which I took. I understood that message. We found an apartment shortly after that. We got the message. We moved right away.
Okay, so your lease actually ended on September 30th, 2013, and then the issue became you kept their security deposit. How much of the security deposit did she keep?
$25.50 was the security. She returned $914. I have the check here. She sent a certified check with just the check. No list of deductions. $915 was returned to me.
And you did not cash that check?
No.
Was there a walkthrough before you moved out?
No.
And Ms.
did a
Nesbitt, why
walkthrough.
wasn't there a walkthrough?
She did see the apartment. My son looked at the apartment.
Not with me, he didn't, because 2 weeks before we moved out, I had an altercation with her son. So I did not speak or see her son for 2 weeks
Why
because
isn't
he
he
came up
there?
to my apartment one day to complain about music, and he forced himself upon the door frame at one point, screaming at me with rage, exclaiming to me that this was not my apartment. I was trying to tell him that it is my apartment. I pay rent to live here. I expect some respect. He wouldn't let go of the door to the point where I was fearful. I called the defendant crying right after, saying that I was very scared of the situation and I didn't know what to do.
Ms. Nesbitt, is that true?
When he spoke to the plaintiff, he said he was standing in the door, and when he was asking her to be quiet or whatever this conversation was, she went to slam the door in his face.
Okay, so you deducted from their security deposit $1,635.
Yes.
Now, I know that you kept $83 for rent for the first day of October, and you admit you did stay there 1 day in October. Why did you keep the rest of the security deposit?
We have wooden floors, wooden Brazil floors in the apartment, and it looked like someone took a hammer or some heavy object and just hammered into the floor that it cannot be repaired.
May I see the photos of the
Yes.
damages to the floor?
Photos.
I could also add, we weren't throwing hammers across the floor.
And
Were the
Here's
floors
the other one.
scuffed or damaged at all?
the photos are extreme close-ups of these scratches.
You mean the defendant's photos?
Yes.
Okay.
Scratches could have been from moving in, from furniture, could have been from the dog, but
Let's see the photos.
most of everything was covered in carpeting.
Are these the scratches you're referring to, Ms. Nesbitt?
That's some of it, yes. That's damage.
Those
Those are
Can't
scratches
fix
on the
that,
wood flooring?
yes.
Okay, so you showed me scuffed floor. What else do you have?
The broken toilet seat.
Did you break the toilet seat?
No, it's a hinge that connects the toilet seat to the toilet. All we did was use the toilet. We didn't do anything to the toilet seat to cause any breaking.
So I'm ready to rule in this case now. I've looked at all of the evidence, and in these cases, it's a judgment call. It's what is reasonable, normal wear and tear, and the question is, have you proven to me that they damaged the unit enough for you to keep their security deposit in the amount of $1,635, and I find that you have not proven that. So I am going to order you to return to the plaintiff's $2,467. Don't cash the check that she gave you for the $913. I'm going to order you just to return the lump sum, $2,467. I did deduct $83 for the 1 day that you did stay in October. That's my judgment for the plaintiff.
Wow. So she awarded them just about the entire thing. So she must have found those photos to be very convincing. There were only 2 photos of scratches, and the plaintiff's right, like hardwood floors, again, which are, why get scratched? By furniture? By anything. They're just easily damaged. Just put in carpet. This is insane that people do this. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's right up there with painting everything gray. Everything is gray now. Everything is gray and white and stark with hardwood or gray hard floors that can get scuffed and scratched and are noisy. Someone make it make sense to me. Come into the comments, please. Defend gray walls and hard floors for me. Let me hear the reasoning, because I do not understand. It's every place now. Hotels, apartments, everything is bland, blah, ugly, hard, noisy. I hate it. The current aesthetic is garbage and drives me crazy. Anyway, The landlord did bring some evidence. The plaintiff didn't bring any evidence, which I think they should have, but it didn't really matter because they got everything they wanted anyway. It does sound to me like the plaintiff or the defendant's son is a problem, and I didn't find her arguments to be very convincing. So, yeah, I guess I can see why the judge did this. What do you think? Are you going to come down there and tell me I'm wrong about gray walls and hardwood floors? I can't wait to read it. Thanks for watching with me.